destroy them with the earth. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood. Make rooms in the ark and cover it inside and out with pitch. And then down at the first verse of 7, then the Lord said to Noah, come unto the ark, you and all your household, because I have seen that you are righteous before me and this generation. All right. God worked in Noah's life, and Noah knew the Lord in a personal way, and God directed him to make an ark. So, anybody know what the term ark means?
Place of safety, isn't it?
Safety, yes. Something else. There's a word that it's, I don't know how to say, related in.
Derived from.
Derived from. And it is related to what happens when we die. We're buried in a casket or a sarcophagus. Yes. And it comes from that. So we think dead. But I was reading this. I didn't know this before. It comes from new life. If you study the word, new life. And that's what the ark is. It provided for a new life. So the ark is the largest timber structure in the world. I didn't know that, but that's what it said in a couple of the books I was looking in. And it was, now the ark that Ken Ham built there in Kentucky is the largest timber structure in the world. So that's pretty amazing. Anybody know how big it is? You can measure it in cubics, or do you want to measure it in feet?
In feet, it was over 600.
Okay.
Long, and it was something like 60 feet wide.
Okay. You're using the long version of a cubic. Now there's all kinds of controversy. Was it 18 inches? One is 17.5 on up through 21.6. So it depends on the time that you're looking at the term cubic in history and how long your arm is from your elbow to the tip of your longest finger. So that has something else to do with it. But they used a 20.4 inches when they built this ark down in Kentucky. So it's kind of in the middle area. So if you use that measurement, it's 510 feet. Now how far is 510 feet? Can you picture that?
1 3/4 football field.
What's that?
1 3/4 football field.
1 3/4 football fields. All right. Well, today we took the nice new cement blocks that are out here in the sidewalk, which is about 5 feet, and we counted them up Mutton Hollow. And if you go up to about where the sidewalk is, going to the post office, the fence right there, that's about 510 feet. So that gives you a better picture of it. And they used 85 feet as the width. Now 85 feet, so a road is about 20 feet, and then shoulders and whatever, so you can kind of get an idea how wide it is, and it's 51 feet tall. Now, they advertise on TV it's big, and it is big when you pull into the parking lot. It's bigger than what I imagined it would be. So, how many cubic feet? All right. So we don't tax our brains. It's 1.88 million cubic feet. Or if you want to get a picture of this, it's 450 semi-tractor trailer trucks that it would hold. This is according to what I read in the book here, so I did measure it myself and figure it out. So now, anybody know how many kinds of animals total?
Yeah, two of every kind.
Two of every kind, a lot. All right, they estimated at 1,398. I don't know how they come up with it. And again, it depends who you talk to and that type of thing of how many different kinds of animals. 8 people plus food plus water. And what else?
Food for the animals.
Food for the animals. Food for the people. So, as you go through this ark down there, they've got all kinds of, what do I want to say, inventions or designs of how they fed the animals. They didn't have to every day feed 1,000, what is it? I said 1,398. That they've studied in time in the past of how they would feed animals and how they could do it. But it would have been quite a task to and take care of the manure and the water, and all this had to be stored, and so it's quite interesting. I have a book here. In fact, well, this one's on the ark. This is ark signs. What that means is, you know, they have all the displays in the ark. You know, this happened, and this is what this looks like, and this is what they did, and you got a little thing sign beside of it telling you. Well, I tried to start taking all these pictures of all these signs because I knew I couldn't remember it. Marianne says, "Wait a minute, Dad. They have a book on the signs." So that shortened the day up quite a little bit from me standing there and they're going ahead of me. Come on, Dad, let's go. So they have a book if you want to look at it sometime. It's real interesting. It tells you a lot of information about what they know about the ark and what they have, conceived that it might have looked like inside with the crates and the watering systems and like that. So ventilation, they had a big center was pretty much open with a vented growth light, and the sunlight could come in there, and all the keel, and there was a solid sail of wood in the front, which would keep the boat going straight rather than tipping in the wind, and all this stuff. So it was very interesting. Was there only one thing that was in the ark? One item, single item. Not a bunch of items. Maybe I should say on the ark, in the ark.
One door.
One door. Right? And all the animals went in there. Now, how did Noah gather up all those animals and chase them around and get them in there with us?
They came to him.
God did it.
God did it.
They came to him.
They came to him. And I just think of that as quite a symbol of God brings us to himself. And there's one door, there's only one way that we can come to him. And the ark is a symbol of new life, if we accept him. The one door, God provides and he leads us. Some other facts. It's bigger than the Statue of Liberty and bigger than a 747 airplane. So, but one door. And if we look in John 9, it tells us that one door, he is the door. So, I'm not sure what else I want to say about the ark. You got anything you want to add about the ark?
Yes.
What?
5-6 weeks ago, Sharon and I and son Aaron and his family, we're down in Lancaster, PA, Sight and Sound.
Yeah,
Right now, it's going on to play is Noah in the Ark.
Oh,
there we are.
One thing they pointed
I
out
forgot that.
strongly
Yeah.
ahead of time, when Noah started building this monster structure with just his family labor, the authorities in the nearby town had a bunch of people they had under distress, and they ended up hiring those people. So he had quite a few on the play. They probably had 30, 40 additional actors helping them
Yeah.
in and out and everything. Of course, every time every scene opened up, they had more of the art done and everything else.
Uh-huh.
And so, and they tried to convince these people to join them. And no, we don't want nothing to do with religion. No,
Yeah.
we don't want nothing to do with God. And what happened in the play is the door, God closed the door, the one door you mentioned.
Yep.
And then it started raining. And everybody banging on the door, they wanted in at that time.
Yeah.
We can't open it.
Yeah.
It's sealed.
Yeah.
And they had their opportunity, and they neglected to take advantage of it. And then the next scene, when it opened up, the curtains and everything, and this is in the front, folks, where, you know, the ark and everything, then the next scene opened up, and then on the sides were all layers, 3, 4 layers of animals. And those were all fake animals, basically. But you had giraffes there with their heads going up and down, mechanically whatever, and elephants the same way. But you're sitting in there, and 3 sides of you is this ark, and showing you and everything. And then, of course, the ladder's going up, where the one window way up on the top and everything
There's
else
one
has
window.
going on, and everything. So, and quite interesting.
Yeah.
Quite interesting how they had that. And they had a lot of live animals,
Yeah.
pigs and goats and sheep and you name it, and birds and everything else that were trained ahead of time.
Yeah.
And they run across the stage, up the ramp, into the ark.
Yeah.
And of course, they were trained, that's where the food was, it was
Sure.
a snack. And just like I get trained whenever there's a meal out front. Right. Anyways, quite interesting.
Yeah.
You get an opportunity, take advantage of the Sight and Sound.
If you ever,
You gotta get tickets months and months ahead of time.
yeah, it's,
And the place is always sold out.
it's
and-
quite a production.
They have, I think on Saturdays, there's 3 shows. I think there's one like at 10 o'clock, then something like 3 o'clock, and then 7 o'clock on Saturdays. And
Okay.
during the week, there's only 2 a day. And Sundays, there aren't any, of course. Quite interesting. And we started doing the numbers, $40 a piece and everything else, and how many millions they generate a week
Yeah.
as far as income. But they got, I don't know, 800 and some people
Yeah.
employed there.
It's quite a production. They do it upright. So, if you ever get a chance to go down to a showing at the museum there in Lancaster, or not museum, the
Sight and Sound.
Sight and Sound, do it because it's a first class thing. All right. I spoke a little bit about Buddy Davis. We heard that song. He passed away about a year ago, August of 24. But he was worked alongside of Ken Ham. He made videos. He actually went to and searched for the Ark. He went on explorations, safaris, looking for dinosaurs. He actually created, I shouldn't say created, but he molded, sculptured dinosaurs for the Creation Museum. And what else? He spoke of God's Word, dinosaur sculpture, songwriter, musician, and he played many instruments. And so he's quite a nice singer, I like. And Tom and I heard him at the men's retreat out in Binghamton one time, many years ago. So if you ever get a chance to get any of his music, I would suggest you. He's listed as a Christian song, how's it worded? Christian folk singer.
Folks,
Christian gospel folk singer. So if you like that type of music, you would like him. Creation Museum, this is meant to be an ad or a commercial for him, but also I have it won the signs at the Creation Museum too. So, and just get a lot of information from these and about creation and whatnot. There's another song that we're going to listen to called, what is it called, Rian? By Him All Things Were Created. So we're going to listen to that and then we'll close.